There's a song that goes like this. It's a country song, old country song, Dark Frosted. You might remember it goes, if tomorrow never comes, will she know how much I love her? Okay, well this song was inspired. I got to meet the guy that wrote that, and this song was inspired by the meeting I had with the guy that wrote, if tomorrow never comes. But before I can make that make any sense, I gotta back up and tell you about a different song. You remember I've got a song that I came up with a long time ago called Beer Run. And I sung that around, I sung that everywhere. I played it at a festival in Nashville one time. And then, check this out, 3 months later I'm sitting at home watching television, and my manager calls me up and says, hey man, you know that song Beer Run you come up with? I said, yeah. He says, well there's a different version of a song that's almost exactly like it that Garth Brooks is singing with George Jones, and I think you might have got ripped off. And as God is my witness, brothers and sisters, this is what I say. I don't have to come to fucking town, do I? I don't care. I really don't care. My lights are working, my phone works, got the baseball card on the cable. I don't give a shit. So I said to the guy, I don't give a shit. Can you take care of this for me? He says, I think I can. So he calls me up a little bit later and says, I think it's alright. So go back to our lives. And then he calls me a few months later and goes, okay, it's a different twist on this story. I said, what? He said, now they're saying you took it from them. Looking like I might even have to dress up, you know. So I say, please keep me out of it if you can, man. I just don't want to be part of it. So he calls me up a few weeks later. Says, all right. We went down, everybody met together, and then we got with the judge guy. Everybody decided that nobody took nothing from nobody, and that was my favorite way to look at it. I believe it was Christmas Thomas said, don't ever put that to the board unless you want to fill it out of tune. Yeah, I know. So I didn't, like I said, I was happy things worked out for everybody. Now, fast forward a few years, right? I'm living in Nashville. We induct somebody into some fucking thing like every 2 weeks, sometimes twice a week. We induct Tom T. Howell into the Hall of Fame about time, right? Or something like that. And they asked me if I would come and sing a song. I was thrilled to do that. I wore this. I worked up the song, I played it my best. I was with my friend Peter, who came out on the road with me tonight. We were standing back there where they give everybody free carrots and celery and shit behind the show, right? And you saying you don't think I'm getting free carrots back there? Because I am. You're an assload of them.
You're a serious guy, right?
People think musicians are broke, they don't factor in the ranch dip we get for free. But I digress. So, my point was, we're standing back there where there's free everything, and I'm standing with my buddy Peter, and he goes, hey man, you should take over there. And I said, yeah. And he goes, remember that song, If Tomorrow Never Comes? And I admit, it's maybe a more sensitive piece than Beer Run. But I said, yeah, I remember that. My dad liked that song. Wish you know how much I loved her. If tomorrow never comes, wish you know how much I loved her. What a sensitive thing to say. I thought, wow, that's a cool thing to say. Let's go over and bug that guy. So we go over there and we're like, if tomorrow never comes. That's a killer song, man. I'm Todd Snider. And he says, you Todd Snider? And I said, yeah. He goes, I know who you are. I had a lot of trouble with you last summer, man. And I said, what do you mean? He goes, you wrote Beer Run, right? And I said, yeah. He goes, I wrote it too.
Screw him.
And I'm thinking in my head, man, you took it from me. So I said to him, man, you took it from me. And you know what he said to me? He said, not technically, man.
Willing.
I thought the guy was fucking fucking genius. And he explained to me the rules about how many words you could take and how many notes you could take, and I thought, that's some clever shit. He said, I saw you played at a festival. You had a bunch of cuss words. I made it shorter. I said, that's clever. And as he was driving away from, as he was walking away from me, I got an idea for my own song. It's called If Tomorrow Never Comes. If tomorrow never comes, I won't give a damn. If tomorrow never comes, I will not be afraid to meet my maker just the way that I am. You can't prove anything, one thing's true. If you can steal from me, I can steal from you. I think any kind of heaven everybody else getting wouldn't seem like a heaven to me. They tell you that the Garden of Eden was perfect, but you couldn't even eat off the apple